Hey guys, Conor Orr here from Sports Illustrated and the MMQB. Just filed my Week 5 power rankings, and here are a few things that surprised me once I laid everything out. At number 13, we have the Dallas Cowboys, a team that I'd kind of written off in the NFC East. It's a little bit lost, a little bit adrift. They come back after a strong win at Pittsburgh and have completed a really nice little 3-week cycle here. They are 5th in offensive EPA, and they are 10th in dropback success rate over those last 3 weeks. And I thought that Dak Prescott diving on that football at the end of that Steelers game was sort of a character building moment for Dallas. Look for them to maybe keep rising a little bit. They have a huge game this week against the Detroit Lions, who are coming off of a bye. Everybody knows how difficult it is to play the Lions. Let's see where they go after that. The other team that I want to talk about here is the New York Giants, who are now 2-3, but we look back a couple of weeks ago, and there was a narrow loss to the Washington Commanders, who come in at number 4 this week in our power rankings. So a quality opponent that they almost beat and would have beat if they had a healthy field goal kicker. Now, I wrote in week 1 that the Giants should consider benching Daniel Jones. Well, let's get out the clown car here, because since I said that, Daniel Jones is 5th in quarterback EPA and completion percentage over expectation. That's sort of two composite stats that measure a lot of things for a quarterback here. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he has doubled his net yards per attempt in every game since they lost to the Minnesota Vikings. So the Giants are another one of these teams that are very much alive in the NFC East. Look for them to make some rises here in the next few weeks. All right, now down at the bottom of the list, who is the worst team in football right now? I have New England at 32, Carolina at 31, and Cleveland at 30, but you can make some arguments for any one of these teams deserving the number 1 overall pick, eventually sinking to that bottom dwelling spot here. Cleveland, for example, has the worst offensive EPA for any team in the NFL since 2018, the Buffalo Bills. In terms of Deshaun Watson in particular, he is the worst and the second worst quarterback in the new Browns era history in terms of EPA, and that's going all the way back to 2000 through 5 weeks of the season. This team is struggling massively, and if they can't get rid of Deshaun Watson, if they can't bench Deshaun Watson, if switching up the play calling doesn't help, this is a team that could stunningly find themselves in a position where they're vying for New England for that last place spot in the power rankings. Carolina is another one, right, where we have to figure out where this team is going. Obviously, a lot of injuries. There are some talent issues on this roster, and the Andy Dalton spark is only going to last so long. So could you see them in a position where not putting Bryce Young back in, if they continue to struggle, where's this team going to go? And then obviously New England, right? I am of the opinion that we should not be playing Drake May. I think we see this offensive line, we see this surrounding cast, the skill position players, all this stuff. Are you going to throw him in front of a team that is clearly not ready to support him, or are you just going to stick with status quo, end up with the top 5 draft pick, and give them a little bit more to build around? That's our look at the Week 5 power rankings this week. As always, check them out on SI.com. Let us know what you think.